reverb, it feels like, but I don't know. You know, it's a little it's a little funky. Especially with the empty room. I can't wait. I'm gonna maybe change studios here in the near future in about 2 to 3 months. It'll be nice. Maybe a basement. Oh, um, yeah. So I guess to recap, uh, I'm doing a lot more drinking. I've gone through like 5 gallon, like a gallon in like 2 weeks, which is crazy insane. But it wasn't all just me. I was giving it out to friends, family, not really family as much, but mainly friends and baseball teams. But prior to my vacation, um, I'm always, let's see, I come back worse after visiting my family for some reason. First time I went to go visit in Colorado, I was sober. Um, I don't know if I was smoking or if I was just completely stone cold sober, just doing it for Lent, but I just kept going. And I was like, you know what? 8 months, 6, 8 months, a year, or five, I don't know. But I was a lot longer than I should have been sober, right? Come back and start drinking. Now I go back with my family and I'm not drinking that much, but then I come back and I'm drinking way fucking more because I saw how much they drink, and I was like, I'm fine. But uh, oh well, it is what it is. But again, though, I wasn't drinking all my good drink, and yeah, what's up, cuz? And my cousin's on the live, but I don't know. My wife was mind blown that I went through like 5 liter, 1.7 liter bottles. I guess you would call them handles, and even my 50 to $60 bottle, depending on where you buy it. I bought it in Cali, so it was only like $37, which is freaking crazy cheap. But I blew through it all, sharing it with my folks, my comedian brethren, my softball friends, and everything like that. Right. But before we get into it, Dom Soy, mm, my, that's good bourbon. Evan Williams, but this is the best Evan Williams. Mm, nail polish is delicious. Um, my sommelier is telling me, my inner sommelier is telling me I get hints of what is this? Tire? Mm, tire, ash, and burn. Tire, ash, and burn. That's all I get. Maybe as I get drunk, I'll be able to taste deeply within. But me and my boy, we've been eating a lot of mushrooms, and also, so now we're out. Thank God, and we've been treating them like they're an everyday recreational use type thing. He'd be like, "Brother, brother, we're gonna do mushrooms." So what I found out is when I'm on mushrooms, I'm big on social constructs, I guess, which is insane. Um, what else? Social constructs, the four walls we live within, and basically how I always see is like God. If we're God looking down, we don't see a roof; we just see people inside structures. You know what I mean? And I was big on that. Um, And I didn't let my friend talk because he's black. I was like, "Shush, you're black. Stop it." I put my hand on his chest, like, "Yeah." But it was also because he was like trying to be quiet. I know I've been disturbing my neighbors. I'm very loud, and especially on mushrooms. You know. Also, my neighbor hit the wall, which probably set me off on a bad loop trip. But that was bad on me. Very bad fuck up. But we've been having fun with mushrooms, dude. Mushrooms are so much fun. Just the giggles. It was pretty damn fun. But then I ended up drinking, trying to drink myself out. And I'm like, maybe, and then I don't feel drunk, but now I'm just drunk and high on mushrooms, and it's not a good mix. I'm just like, "Glug, glug, 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 glug." If I just drink enough, maybe I'll find a sober calculation. Never do, never works. So, got to find the right balance. But yeah, oh, my cousin, he's like, I broke the fourth wall, gang. Yeah, no. If the pre-recorded, they know. I say what's up to the live, but the live don't get the good asalimis. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to you, cousin. But but yeah, it's been interesting. It's been fun. I still um, want to do mushrooms. That doesn't discourage me from doing mushrooms. I'm just a shroomy guy. I enjoy it. And I'm not one of those fools who looks for deep shit. I just want to have fun and giggle and laugh, you know. Um, Me and my friend were stuck in the room. It took us 40 minutes to get upstairs. It took us an hour just to get to the podcast center, to the to the what is it? The Rock calls it the Iron Paradise. I call this the filming paradise. The the what would I call it? The schizophrenic room, you know, it's just a white walls and padded. I got cardboard in the back for soundproof barrier, but then I had soundproof barriers right here back in the day, but my fucking children ripped it off, dude. Oh, it pissed me off. They were put up wrong, as you can see. Well, you can't really see. You can see behind me. I had them all going the same way because I like lines. I didn't realize you're supposed to like whatever counterclockwise or you know horizontal, vertical. You're supposed to flip them and shit. But it is what it is, right? I don't know. I'm a novice at this shit still, even though I've been doing it for like 4 years. Um, but through that though, I was like, maybe I should take it easy on my drinking. So I did. Stopped for like 2 days. I'm back. I might do another month cleanse after this though. You know, I'll see what's up. I'll see what's up actually. Um, and that's pretty much it for that. Though. No one's gotten arrested yet. Thank God. Me and my boy have not gotten arrested. No one got hit the drunk tank. No one got drunk and disorderly. No one called cops faggots. No one called the Boise PD a bunch of fucking faggots. Um, Me and my brother both said that we're gonna have to listen to each other now because we don't listen to each other. He was telling me, Greg, you need to shut the fuck up. You need to be quiet. I was like, no, the social construct and the four walls and the fucking whatever, you know. And and I told him, hey, the, the cop said it's a wash. Let's just go home. But he was like, no, my rights were fucking violated. My rights have been violated. Nah. He said fucking he went all Muammar Gaddafi and shit. And you know what happened to that nigga at the end. And so he was like, I was like, bruh, you know, we just gotta listen to each other. I gotta ring it in when you're telling me, and you got to ring it in when I'm telling you. So we came to that at the end out of a whole montage of fucking bullshit. We filmed 2 episodes that aren't usable. Um, Really, it was me rambling. I feel horrible. I didn't let him get a word in, which is crazy because in a normal podcast is ran properly, you know, maybe three drink, you know, two dom soys, one at the beginning, one at the end. You know, I might dom soy a little bit in between because it's your motherfucking boy. It's your get rock with your boy. But you know, but I normally let him have his piece, his say, and everything. But I don't know. It was just bad episodes, bad podcasting, bad hosting on my end as well. So maybe that's because I haven't had friends over to play, friends over, and by play I mean record. You know, but yeah, you know, my wife is angry. Oh, my wife is angry. Bring a divorce type shit. It was because you know she's like your fucking friend and you guys don't know how to fucking act. You guys act like dumb drunk toddlers and shit. But we cool. You know, we're good. It's also different social constructural pressures, but you know I get it. I'm tough. I'm tough to love, dude. I'm tough to deal with, dog. You know. Uh, did I mention I pissed the bed a couple times? Not since recently. I fuck. Did I piss the bed when I got back from vacation? I don't know, but I pissed the bed on vacation. I didn't even get fucked up, but my inner self conscious mind is worried about my liver and kidneys and shit because I was dreaming that I pissed blood. I think I mentioned that in another episode, but nah, I realized I was just dreaming. But I guess I'm worried about that shit. I went to the so much so I went to the doctors and got that shit scheduled and checked. And my wife was like, "Yeah, and get your prostate checked too." You know, and she was like, I saw some shit where you know he got it checked at 40, but it was too late. Had he checked at 30, he would have been all right." And I was telling the doc, "Yo, look, man, I want to get my heart checked because I do a lot of caffeine." Cocaine. No, I'm kidding. I do drink a lot of caffeine though. Like sometimes on a okay, let's say on an average day, 2 cups of coffee, and then a 300 milligram energy drink because I drink Bangs because they also have CoQ10 because it's good for your heart, I guess. So they're trying to get you fucked up, but also make sure your heart's good. So they really know what they're doing. They're like a good coke dealer. You know what I mean? They're like, we don't put that much fentanyl in it, but just enough to numb you. Or if you're a good coke dealer, you would step on it with like uh fucking vitamin B, back in the day. You'd at least give a motherfucker some vitamins and shit. Um Make me skinny. But nah. Which was crazy because when I was doing coke, I somehow ate my way out of losing weight. I just got hella fat. When I was doing coke, dude, I was able to afford fast food at every meal and shit. It doesn't matter. But somehow I ate myself fatter. That's crazy. Big ass alimis for that shit. Nah, but anyways, uh, it's been real trying though on my wife, and I feel bad. I do feel bad, but we're cool. We bounce back. She gets it. Not really, but the price of being a star. And it's like fuck. Every time it's been a lot of stress though for both of us. So I can see why she's upset. I can see why I've been fucking up. And I don't know. I also got to get better at podcasting with my friends. Well, mainly my fucking boy right now. You know, and I gotta have my other boy over. I gotta have my friends over to podcast. I gotta have my boy Mikey over to do a crazy ass podcast to get all fucking social construct with him because he loves that shit. And yeah, you know. But that being said, too, my boy was trying to tell another friend of ours, Lamar. He's a white dude named Lamar Hardar, best blackest name with the highest credit score you've ever heard of. I can't get his Instagram right now. I forgot it, but it's like Lamar Hardar or some shit. Um, but he said the shrooms and the whatever drinking, whatever the fuck he said, is fucking up the game for us. And it's like, no, it's not. No, it's mismanagement, not mismanagement, miscommunication between management, between us and the company that we roll with. Now, the man who runs the company, the industry, the fucking Jew, the top Jew, our Jew, his name starts with a J, so I'm gonna call him Jew. So our Jew, our top Jew is he just told us it was a day. We got misconstrued it, and we thought we were starting later than our normal time. Because, see, Harlem Nights is our comedy special. Our comedy show we perform every Saturday night at Liquid Underground. There's some shit at the Solid Bar and Grill, but underneath downstairs. It's a real speakeasy type vibe. Um, we don't have a door, we got a curtain, So we were told that normally we start at 10. We were told to start at 11. Well, guess what? We started at 11, and then I guess it turns out we were late. So how does that look? A black guy and a fucking Mexican, a black and a brown. Oh, look at these CPT colored people time. Late ass motherfuckers walking in late. But even worse, we had the women show starting it. Now, no offense to what's her name? She's an OG in the game actually when it comes to Boise comedy on the Boise scene. So I'll give her that for sure. She's OG to the Boise scene. Her name is like Charlie, Chelsea, Kylie. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot her name. Crystal, I think. I don't know, but yeah, I think it's Crystal. But she's an OG in the game. But like, she had to keep repping the show, and someone paid her money to keep repping it. But it's like, bitch, are you running under Harlem Nights? But no, sorry to say that, but it's like, nah, she kept it as the femme fatale show. It's the women shit. Now, here's the good thing. The good thing is that there's women that hate women. Oh my god, I'm so glad, and I got that as a bit. I love women, but not because of titties, ass, and that they cook. No, I love that women hate women, and that's awesome. Because a girl came out and she's like, "You guys need to sign up. They only got 3 comedians. Everyone fucking sucks. There's not been a single funny thing on here." And I don't know if the black chick recognized, not the black chick. I don't know if the chick recognized us because we're like the blackish sheep of the comedy scene. The only reason we started our comedy scene is because we felt like we were being outcasted by everybody in the Boise community scene. Now, some people think we did dirty business, and we didn't. We told people they weren't gonna get paid. We told them we got them beautiful headshots. I still use the fucking sweet ass headshots, dude. It's a great headshot, and I got more headshots, more great classic black and white videos and or things like that, But um that was a whole lot of bullshit in its own right. But I was like, I'll be damned, dog. Because that lovely lady, Crystal, she did her thing, but it was their vibe. That's their vibe. It's very liberal, very womany, very fucking. We have rules and standards for what comedy is or what we said, and it's like, dog, this is Harlem Nights, nigga. We don't have that shit. We don't do that shit. I'll say N word on stage if I want to, soft day all day, no hard R's. But I don't just out of the fact that I want to be on Jimmy Kimmel. No, fuck Jimmy Kimmel. He's a bitch. I hate Jimmy Kimmel. I keep saying Jimmy Kimmel. It's easier to say Jimmy Fallon. I'd rather be on Jimmy Fallon than Jimmy Kimmel. Fuck a full name Jimmy Kimmel. But I want to go on the Legion of Skanks. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be a contestant on fucking Kill Tony. Nah, bitch. I'm trying to just jump that shit and be a fucking judge. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I don't wanna listen to that women bullshit. I don't wanna listen to some fucking bitch tell me that I can't be saying shit because it's offensive or your crowd is pussy eared. Nah, dude. But when we host a show, we set the vibe. We let people know, hey, yo, look, you're gonna hear some shit. You ain't gonna fucking like it. You may not agree with it. You might agree with it, but also it's just to be funny and silly. I don't gotta go too crazy, but it's like y'all are adults. I shouldn't have to earmuff you. You know what I mean? Shouldn't have to be like, oh my God, watch out. Someone's going to say faggot. Someone's going to call someone gay. The punchline might be faggot or gay. Hey, you know what? That's still fun. But, I got gay homies and I went and performed at a fucking drag show. I wasn't all dressed up in drag, but they pulled up like they had random dudes in the crowd and I was with my wife. And I was like, fuck it, let's go. So I did my thing. I made $10. I made half my money back. I bought a pack of Marlboro Reds after that shit. It was pretty cool, actually. I was like, yeah, let's go. I got some Marlboro Reds out of that. But it's like, dog, my homie said, hey, yo, you could say gay or fag, but as long as you're calling something that's not me or not using it like crazy, it's like, all right, it's cool. And that's how I like my homies, you know. My black folks, hey, yo, the homies I fuck with, they say, "Wow, Greg G, he's really cool. You're my nigga. It's all good." I don't say it to every black person because they ain't my homies. They ain't my friends. I don't call every fucking gay dude a fag or, maybe depending on if they're not my friends, actually. That's different. Yeah, and that's a fucking fag. But my homies ain't gonna be like that, But I'll call anybody that. You know what I mean? Because it's if you really want to be liberal and progressive, we should have changed that term. South Park already done did it. They should have already handled that shit. But it's all good fun and humor. So that's why we're not that fan base. So had we been able to show up, or had we been told that, hey, yo, we are at our 10 o'clock normal standard time again, Saturdays 10 o'clock every Saturday 10 o'clock at the Liquid Underground, Liquid Lounge, Solid Bar and Grill, but just downstairs. Um, then we would have been able to set the tone, let it be known. And but it wasn't. I still told my wannabe gangbanger shit or how I was, but didn't want to. Nervous. No one likes a fucking what do you call a reluctant gangbanger, and blah blah blah. I did that story about at the park and chopped in a little bit of drug dealing stuff. But I could have done other jokes that I've written down, but I was like, let's do that one. Um, and I got laughs out of it. The white girl, thank God there was a white girl in front loving it. The group loved it, but some other groups loved it. But then I could see other judging faces. I saw a Mexican dude judging, like, "Nah, brother, what are you doing? You're bringing our people down." It's like, bitch, shut the fuck up. That's you, motherfucker. That's not me. I'm different. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Everybody's different, even if they're a part of a race. Everyone's different. You know. Yeah, some people have the same likewise ideas, shit, but it is what it is, right? But it was just interesting. And I guess the chick lighted one of our favorite comedians, our guy actually, the ampersand in the A and G. He's the middle part, He's fun, he's cool, we love him. Um, but lighted him at 4, and I was like, what the fuck? But it was fine. It was weird. It was a little off tone. It was off for us, because again, we didn't set the stage. We didn't set the tone. My boy didn't get lighted. And then I guess my boy told me that she tried to light me, but I didn't pay attention to no light. No one's gonna light me on my show. No one's gonna light me when I'm doing my thing. It's my fucking show. You don't fucking light me at my show. I told my boy too. I was like, "Hey, dog," because he was like, "Who the fuck lit me up in my fucking show?" There's this one motherfucker named Daniel who lit my boy at the fucking show. Granted, my boy was going on for about 20 minutes, but he was doing it pre-show and shit. We were having fun. But even I got pissed off at that. And I told him, "Hey, yo, it was that motherfucker. Fuck him." But I told him, "Hey, look, if I liked you, it's just to let you know you're at 15, you know." But I didn't like my boy. We were having a good time. Fuck everyone else. Don't forget it's still our show, but we still want everyone. We still want all the comedians to go. But my boy was cooking. When the killer's killing, you ain't gonna call the cops because the killer's killing. You know when no one get to. I don't know. That's a horrible reference, but you know what I mean. It was just interesting though. And but I ain't gonna let no one like me when it's our show now. You know, the femme fatale shit's gone. Now it's Harlem Night, son, and it is what it is. But we wrapped up the show anyways. Um, but the comedy scene in Boise is very different now. We don't care what side you're on. I don't care who you run with. Dog, everyone's welcome at Harlem Nights, dude. One dude got upset. This old man got upset because he was at Harlem Nights and he felt like we bumped him. Well, guess what, dude? That was the way the lineup was. The list wasn't the list when you do it. We restructured it, and so I don't like doing that sometimes. I just like letting the list be the list. But hey, it is what it is, right? Um, and yeah, he got his fucking booty tickled. But if you're about comedy, dog, you're gonna fucking wait. Shit, dog, I've waited till fucking midnight, 2 in the morning, pretty much, to just get on stage for 3 fucking minutes. Damn, dude, that shit hurt. And then to still get booed or just for the host to be like, "Yeah, you fucking suck," blah blah blah. And it's like, no, I don't, dog. I'm just not a pussy like you guys or whatever, dude. Sorry that I just gave bullshit because it's like, it's bullshit, you know. But because I had to wait for them to do 20-minute sets in between because they couldn't sell tickets. And no hate to them. That shit just happens, you know. And I was upset with that. But guess what though? I still stuck it out. I still waited. I still bided my time. I smoked like fucking 5 cigarettes, had a couple drinks. You know, if you really want to get on stage, you're gonna wait till you get on stage. And I'm gonna wait till I get on stage. I would even tell my boy, nah, fuck no, we ain't going. I'm staying until I get on stage. And it is what it is, right? But other than that, though, you guys, that's been used on the comedy scene. We want everyone to come out to Harlem Nights. Doesn't matter who you run with, who you roll with. If you're just a comedian rocking and rolling, you're coming through the Harlem Nights. Please, you know, don't get discouraged because you saw the list. It was what you thought it was, but we might rearrange it. If it's just me hosting or whatever, some days I might tell the boys, "Hey, just leave the list to be." You know, and just leave it. I don't even put my. I own the goddamn thing too. I don't put myself first. I could. But no, if I'm gonna host it, I'm already gonna be all around through the thing. My boy's gonna be around through the thing. I'll put myself third or fourth. It is what it is, right? But don't get discouraged, you know. Stick around, be about it, get your shit filmed, and film your own shit. But again though, if whatever you are, wherever you come from on Harlem Nights, don't make or not even from Harlem Nights, the voodoo, the whatever. It ain't about groups. This ain't clique shit. I hate that shit. That's why we started our own thing in the beginning because we weren't accepted in a clique. Um, come through. Come on, come on. You know, come on, come on. If you feel like they treat you bad because you're racist or you say racist shit or homophobic shit or you say too liberal of things and they don't like that shit, come over here, baby. You'd be good. Harlem Nights has a spot for you. Let's go. We love everybody. We're all intrusive, you know. But just again, if the list thing you weren't set for your name and we put you a little lower or whatever, hey, that's how some of the folks. That's how we fucking might do it. But sometimes we might just go straight down the list. So you never know, you know. Um, it all really depends on how many comedians we got. And so yeah, that's just it, you know. But Dom Soy, shout out and cheers to every single Idahoan comedian, every Boise, Idaho, Nampa, fucking Meridian comedian out there trying and struggling and fucking risking whatever they got just to do this shit. So cheers, Dom Soy. Mm. Now then though, let's get to some fucking news. Mm. Now the I wish there was a hooker virus going around. Something about everyone getting a free hooker in their relationship just to fucking be like, ah, my fucking lady's going crazy. Let me get my doctor certified hooker virus and I'm gonna go fuck a hooker. I don't know. I'm just saying that just to say it. But really what it is a hantavirus. I gotta say something crazy, right? I don't know why. But the hantavirus, man, what the fuck is this dumbass hantavirus? I guess it got caught on a boat. There must have been some hookers on there. Should call it the hooker virus. Really, honestly, that would have probably kept us all away from hookers. Hookers, not hookahs. But the Hunter virus, I don't even know what that is. Did you have sex with Ghastly or Hunter, the Pokemon, and now you brought it back home to your family, and you're like, damn it, I've been sticking my dick in this Pokemon card, and now I got a paper cut, and I got a deadly virus now. Was someone getting freaky with the Pokemon card, and they called it the Hunter virus? I don't know. On a boat too, so there's a lot of what do you call it? International waters. You can do some freaky deaky shit, right? And but you know, you might be chilling and you might get hit with the or the again live. You don't get that shit, but you guys don't get to hear the Aladdin or the Aladdin news. But I'll tell you now. I'll tell all you guys now. They could have fucking nuked that goddamn boat. If we're gonna waste the goddamn nuke, I would have nuked everybody on that boat. We already saw what the hell the fake CDC bullshit did with coronavirus. Last thing I need to hear is the Hunter virus is spreading into everybody's asshole, deepening and creeping because fucking took a dip in a pool in a public shit pool. You know what I mean? Because someone had the dirty butt, and now your kid is sick, sneezing, coughing up blood, and then now daddy's all I don't know, fucking jizzing blood everywhere in the room. I don't know, that's all I need. If that happens, I'll start smoking 50 cigarettes through my dick hole just to make sure all those nerves get deadened and shit. Like they said with COVID, that cigarette smokers and weed smokers were a okay. But um, shit, I'll really start injecting bleach like a fucking heroin addict. Kash, kash. Inject the bleach. I will. I'll do it. Swear to God. But what was crazy about the Hunter virus is that they had some Cuban motherfucker giving the news. He's like, okay, man, see, you got this Hunter virus, right, man? And it's a real sexy disease. It creeps into the crevices of your anus and your vagina, and then it flushes itself out from the urethras and the uterus. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Why is this Cuban guy making this shit? Why is this Cuban news anchor sounding so fucking like Cuban and sexy when he's talking about it? The hantavirus, man. Jesus Christ, man. Me and my friend would snort the hantavirus. Why they call it the hantavirus? Because I'm hunting for cocaine, man. The perico, as the beaners call it, eh? But I wonder if Cubans say, hey, man. No, they say, man. They don't say, hey. Oh, they go, hey, man. They go, hey, man. They just add a man to it. That's what the Cubans do. Mexicans be like, hey, hey, hey. Well, black people too, but I. Cubans go, I ain't mine, because they're like black and fucking Mexican and some Spaniards. There's some crazy shit, Afro Caribbean as they would say, but bum. Don't boo me. However, though, with this but I was like, what the fuck is this news anchors? And he like, man, look, man, they already had two people die, man, and people are losing bodily fluids into the sea, man. And I was like, who the fuck is this guy making this thing sound sexy but like stupid as hell because of his dumb Cuban accent? Turns out it was a doctor. This was a Cuban doctor. And I was like, oh, great. Communist doctor. So what? I'm going to get the Hunter virus and now I'm going to have to die in a long line for free? Because that's what happens, right? That shit is for real. We would talk shit on all the old people and be like, what, so you can die in a line? And people are like, no, but it's free healthcare. No, you fucking die. I'd rather go into medical debt and live, and I don't know, but at least the US, they were like, fuck, dude, it's our obligation to do it. He's gonna die. Now you're in debt, but I'd rather be in debt than die in a line because I wanted free fucking healthcare. Man, fuck that socialist bullshit. The motherfucker died, man, in the Hunter virus on the boat because he was in a long fucking line, eh? Had to fucking cure 5 heart attacks, 2 flus, give a fucking vaccine. And then by the time I got to him, he dead, man. He dead. I was like, fuck that Cuban shit. But shout out to the Cuban people, but like, it's like, yo, fuck that regime type shit. But I was like, all right, that's what's up. Don't catch the Hunter virus. And then though I don't care about the Hunter virus. I don't give 2 fucks about the Hunter virus. They got the fucking plague. They got the black plague in California, and and I was just listening to Joe Rogan about it like 3 days ago because I just looked up Rick Perry because he's a Republican running for the mayor of Los Angeles, and I'm down with that shit. I'm down for California to go red. They need it bad. They need it big time. They need it like man, they needed like we needed Jesus to sacrifice himself, dog, in a way. But I ain't gonna call that motherfucker Jesus, but they just need that kind of a fucking saving. You know what I mean? They need a saving on what could possibly be biblical proportions, dog. And I love using biblical proportions as a mass unit. However, though, um, what the fuck was it? Oh yeah, but nah, they got the bubonic plague out there in Cali. It's like, yo, dog, you're gonna hit me with this fucking 1887 disease, man. See, we gotta. What we gotta do is we gotta cut someone open and get their wound and put it in our cuts and our blood and mix it. It's called a vaccine, man. You're gonna talk to me about like the first or the second ever invented vaccine, motherfuckers? That's what you're gonna do to me right now? No, don't do that. Don't even give me that. Cause I don't got anything. I don't dog. I went to the doctors and the doctor was like, yo, you need that tetanus shot. How about you get that tetanus shot? I was like, nah, I'm cool. I don't need no tetanus shot. He's like, yeah, but I was like, I ain't gonna be stepping on no rusty nail anytime soon. And guess what? I already stepped on a rusty nail. And you know what happened to that rusty nail? It melted down and incinerated into a hands that said, I'm sorry for stepping under your foot. Cause dude, it was like what the fuck, nothing happened. And the doctor was like, no. The doctor was Cuban. He was like, no, man. You see, you don't have to just step on a nail, man. You'll be playing in the dirt in the tierra, man. Can I get to you in the tierra? In Cuban, in Cubano, we call it ragrero. Some fucking crazy dumbass word. The doctor was like, see, you Mexicans call it tierra. You in Cuban, we call it ragrera. So if you get the tennis shot, man, you'll be good against the tierra cajera. I was like, motherfucker, I ain't stepping on no nails, bitch, and I've been walking barefoot in dirt ever since I can't remember. I'm just doing fine. I think I'll be okay. I don't need no fucking tetanus shot. I'll give my kids a tetanus shot, but bitch, I've already done had it. I'm fine. I'm immune to this shit. I'm cool, dog. Don't give me this shit. I ain't gonna get no worm butt. I ain't gonna get no sad titty. I ain't gonna get no nothing, nigga. Just take it easy, homie. And he's like, okay, man, just listen. And so that's what it is, right? That shit was crazy. I was like, dog, I'm not gonna look. I'm here to get a finger up my butt to get a proctologist or a colonoscopy, dog, or a fucking what's the fuck is that shit called? What's that shit called when you get a finger up your butt to check up? I'm here to get a prostate check, dog. Uh, some real shit, dog. Not no fucking fake ass tetanus shot, bitch. Some lockjaw shit. If I'm gonna get lockjaw, it's because I'm gonna do some cocaine with my boy Kodak Black and French Montana, and that's it. You know what I mean? That's it. See, exactly. I get it. I'm like Mel Gibson, bitch. I get that shit. Mm. But yeah, anyways, though, I did go to my doctor, and I was like, "Yo, dog, my heart's good." He didn't take my blood work because he found out I'm a crip. Ah, just kidding. But that's just stupid. Sorry, that's just stupid. That's just stupid. You know, but that was dumb. That was a dumb joke. Uh, but I was like, Doc, look, my wife told me motherfuckers done did it and found out. I need to sit on your finger right now. And he's like, no, what I need to do is this. And then it just, he started going, not that he was frustrated. I started wrestling him to the ground. And I fucking got him in a fucking, what's that shit that Steven Seagal did to rape those bitches? Shootakin, Shootakai. And I got him to the ground and I sat on his finger and he was like, you know what? You're all right." And I was like, "See, bitch, all you had to do was that. That's all you had to do. That's all you had to do was tell me I'm all right. Do it and get it done. And now we had to do it the hard way. Now we had to do it. Now, now we had to do this shit the hard way. Now you're walking out the damn doctor with the broken wrist. You know, how's a doctor gonna walk out the doctor's office with a broken wrist and I'm gonna come out clean? You know, I'm like, good, no prostate cancer. But no, it didn't happen like that. You just told me, nah, you gotta go do some fucking bureaucracy shit, right? So I was like, all right, fuck it. So I had to tell my wife, hey, babe, I know you want me to stay safe. Yeah, and I think I mentioned it earlier, but I was like, but hey, he said I'm healthy, dude. He said I'm so fucking healthy. He was like, it's crazy. What are you here doing? You're so fucking healthy. Yeah, you drink a lot and you're fat, but it's like, hey, just stop drinking and motherfucker work out. And I was like, all right. Note to self: I stopped drinking for 3 days. Did a couple push-ups. I'm still doing push-ups and shit, so I think I'm all right. I think I'm on the right track. You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna be just fine, just fine. And but yeah, the Hunter virus is fucking stupid. That shit's retarded. If I catch the Hunter virus, I'm gonna be fucking pissed because that means I'm a bitch. My immune system's a bitch. That means all these cigarettes I smoked over the years didn't do shit. That means all the bourbon hasn't cleaned my body out. Um, what about the goddamn fish oils? I'm taking fish oil pills. I'm taking expensive Costco fish oil pills in a black jar to keep the sunlight out and shit. You know what I mean? But I'm 30 now. I'm not putting keef on my fucking weed. I'm rolling up fucking oregano and putting fucking what's that bullshit called? Oregano and fucking turmeric on my shit just so I can stay healthy, you know what I'm saying? And you know, what's that riff raff song that's going famous? Shout out to the freestyle, but when I'm way too high, can't compromise. Lavender, Jaguar, living level live, flamingo pink sty. I was like, what the fuck? How you got a flamingo pink sty? I don't know, but it is cool. Anyways, though, on other news, though, fuck the Hunter virus. Um, Sean Strickland is the man. Shout out to the USA. Shout out to USA, yo. Big Asalimis, which is crazy, crazy. What's this shit? Crazy hypocritical because these guys are terrorists who I got for this drop from the movie The Zohan. I gotta say it all the time. These are Hamas ass motherfuckers who was hating on the Jews, but I fuck with the Jews. Um, like lightweight. I fuck with the Jews, but it's like I know that fuck the Jews too. You know what I mean? But it's like, hey, yo, fuck Hamas more because I'm fucking terrorists. I don't fuck with the terrorists. But Sean Strickland, everybody, let's go. And the motherfucker he beat was the terrorist of the UFC. So shout out Sean Strickland though. Shout out USA, Big USA, doing it all day. Shout out Oos, Big Oos, fucking beat the shit out that UFC terrorist because he was terrorizing the league, dog. I'm not, and then what I say is I don't got time to deal with race and racism and bullshit when it comes to UFC. But that motherfucker Kamzat, that motherfucker was terrorizing the league. He was incredible. He was wrestling bitches down to the ground. He was knocking motherfuckers out or TKOing them. He was incredible. He was him and Khabib, dude. I was like, fuck, dude, he's gonna reign it, you know. And Khabib's cool. I fuck with Khabib. I like a lot of his shit. I like what a lot of Khabib stands for, but not what he stands for. You know what I mean? But I can respect it. It's like, all right, cool, that's you, but that ain't me. But some shit aligns. Um, but I was like, damn, these motherfuckers might just reign supreme for a minute, you know. In the background, the kid screaming. I don't know. I think that's my kid. That's some kid screaming. I think it's my kids, obviously. Fucking loud ass motherfuckers. But Uh, but that motherfucker just reigns supreme and he puts it down, you know. But I like Sean Strickland for the same reason. He's the American Christian or Catholic version of that shit. He's like, yo, my dad beat me. I think I was molested and shit. I think that's what Sean Strickland's like, yo, my dad beat me and someone must have molested me or some shit. I don't know. I'm just putting that on him, but that motherfucker's too all fucked up for that shit, right? So there he was. I was like, yo, let's go USA. Let's go Big USA. We gonna put it down, son. And son of a bitch, dude, I put it on right before our comedy show that was late. And I was like, yo, thank God our comedy show's late. At least something's good out of it. Cause I can't watch UFC like I used to because I'm out here trying to chase a dream. But honestly, to my core heart, dude, I just want to get drunk and watch UFC and NFL and football and just have fun and get drunk, dude, and live or die the way I want to. You know what I mean? And grill with my family and have a good time. But I got this dream that I want so badly, and it does cause stress. You know, I'm out here trying to even be a fucking a softball superstar, but I suck at softball. I can't catch to save my fucking life. Maybe I should get that 14-inch glove, but fuck that, dude. I should be able to catch right with the 12-inch glove. Doesn't matter. I should just be able to catch the damn ball. I played football. If it touches your hands, if it touches the glove, if it touches whatever, you should fucking catch it. That's that, right? But man, dude, I'm just glad. I'm glad. So it was me and my homie. My homies black. And then by this time, I found out he was really black. He's like, "Yo, I'm going for the terrorist, motherfucker." And I was like, "Motherfucker, you would go for the terrorist, motherfucker, you African ass bitch." And not really like that, but yes. And I was like, "Let's go USA." And he's like, "You Trump bitch." And I was like, "Yes, and bitch." We were just like, "Yeah, bit." No, but just it was quick. But it's like, "Yo, you terrorist supporting. I'm fucking USA supporting. You could call us terrorists or whatever. I don't care." But I don't care so because it's UFC, dude. I have a big thing with fighting. It doesn't matter. Fuck race. Fuck all that shit. You go with who you think is gonna win. If I thought Hamza was gonna win, you know, no. Something on this one, I put USA on my heart. On this one, I was like, let's go. And I fuck with Sean Strickland. You know, if it was anybody else, I probably would have went with Hamza. But fuck that, it's Sean Strickland. It's big USA. Let's go. It's big USA. So I went with him, and me and my boy, we were just watching it, smoking cigarettes outside the damn club, and I was like, "Let's fucking go!" And Sean Strickland ended up winning, and when I walked in the club, I was like, "Let's fucking go, Sean Strickland!" Ah, I don't care, dude. You know why? Because me and my uncle, we would watch this shit back in the day. We would watch everything every Friday night, every fucking bullshit, and I miss it. I love it. I miss and love my uncle too because that's what we would do. That was our shit, and that's still my shit when he's gone. But because I have to do this chasing my dream shit, I miss out on what makes me me, which is UFC, which is WWE, boxing, and it sucks, you know, trying to find a balance between who you are and the dream you're chasing. And it just sucks that the dream I have to do happens to fall in line with everything that I want to do and watch. Thank God I got Sundays and football's back, you know what I'm saying? But it's just a thing. Now, I noticed now I've been on this, but let's go. Ronda Rousey's fighting this weekend. Let's fucking go. You don't think I'm not gonna put that shit on live? You don't think I'm not gonna watch that shit on Netflix? You don't think I'm gonna download my phone and put on my fucking goddamn account and watch that shit while I'm trying to also remember what I got to do on set, but also cheer on Ronda Rousey against some random bitch that I don't know, but let's go. And then obviously the pride of the 209, Nate Diaz. You think I'm not gonna go for Nate Diaz, dog? Let's go, Nate Diaz. It's 209, homie. Shout out Stockton, shout out Merced, shout out Levos, fuck, shout out Outwater, shout out uh fucking there's another one. There's a little small town out there. Oh well, who cares? It's Merced, Outwater, Modesto, Turlock, I think. Hell, even they got. I think they got the Island Water Park. Oh my God, the Island Water Park. I can't even remember the commercial, but oh well. You know, but shout out to the whole 209 and everything. You know, shout out Nick and Nate Diaz, the pride of the 209 for when it comes to fighting. Honestly, shout out to the boxer who was going to go up against the champ in boxing but lost. I forget his name, but shout out to him as well. He's also a big name, but I not big enough because I don't remember his name and I feel bad about that, but still, you know, it is what it is, right? Shout out Ronda Rousey. She put her and Misha Tate put women's UFC on the map. Did great things for women. And, you know, that's something to be respected. You know, I ain't going to hate on that. Shout out. As I was hating on women comedy earlier, whatever the fuck. But yeah, you know, can't wait for Jackass Last Blood. Jackass Last Blood is gonna be dope. Jackass Last Blood. This when they're old, they're done. It's Dunskies, you know. Jackass Blood forever. So that's gonna be great. I know, son. I'm almost done. Now then, let's get to the heart of this. Cuban doctor talks about Carvana virus, herpes virus. I don't know, but then I realized again it was the Hunter virus. I'm gonna go on a joke with that. I kind of ripped it over there, right? Then the rest is I'm getting old, meaning I'm young old because I'm 31. So I go to the doctors and I tell them I want to get my heart checked, blood checked, and my butt checked. I got it all checked out except for one. One, if you catch my drift. Oh, I was persistent though. Oh, I was persistent. I was like, yo, but what if I have the money? What if I tell my insurance this? What if I wrestle you down and I fucking hold your arm down and your body's just flapping around and I just sit on your finger to make sure and then you're like, ah, you're good. You know, I talked about it earlier in the podcast, right? That's part of the shit I was talking about for comedy, right? Doctor says, oh, you seem healthy. But doc, my wife says she's heard of some dudes getting the sad butt at an early age. And I just wanted to make sure, but for my wife, of course, it's not like I'm desperately dying for a finger up my ass, trying to lock in some gay shit, whatever, right? I know. I'm explaining the joke, but this is because it's my podcast. I can do that with y'all, you feel me? Um, Doc says no. Long story short, I leave with a healthy butt, and the doctor leaves with a broken wrist. All right, cool, right? Because I fucking, sat on his hand for a fucking goddamn prostate. But it goes on to me leading up to why don't we have funny names for this? For like cancer, we do it for diabetes. And again, what brings this up is I got a plethora of family that's died from cancer. I'm not gonna die from cancer. I'm gonna die from old age. I'm gonna die at like 82. Let's go 85 would be nice, but 82. I'm just if I make it a 97, son of a bitch, but I got a lot of family that died from that shit. So I was like, man, why can't we come up with fun names for cancer? We do it for diabetes. Oh, son of a bitch. You got the sweet, you got the sugars, you got a case of the bad cases of sugars, huh? Oh, what you got the sugar foot? That's why they had to cut it off. You had the sugar foot, huh? Oh, you know. Why can't we for cancer, like for like breast cancer, like oh you got the you got the sloppy tits. Oh man, you got a case of sloppy tits, huh? Lung cancer, oh man, you got the dirty lung. Ooh, this motherfucker got the dirty lung. Uh, for prostate cancer, man, I heard old boy got sad butt. What? He got a case of sad butt? Like, yeah, word on God, he got the sad butt. Like, damn, man, I didn't think my boy would go out like that. You know. So that's a premise I got working with. Why don't we call things sadder names? Obviously, I put it at the end of the podcast because I don't know, but maybe someone will take it. But oh well, I got the proof to prove it that this is my premise, huh? But oh well, So yeah, don't you go out there. That one person. Thank you. Please give a like. Please subscribe. I would surely appreciate it. Um, I'm at 701 subscribers. I would like to get to 1,000. That would be great. Highly appreciated. Super duper highly appreciated. And I'm gonna pour a little bit more just to get a little bit of schma. Oh my god, that was way too much. But that being said, everybody, thank you for joining the show. Thank you guys for tuning in, tuning out, sticking around. To you guys, shout out. Please like, please subscribe. And this is real bourbon in here. This is some real fucking drink. Oh my god, I spilled it. Some real drink. And to you guys, obviously, who come in and show up and show out for the Greg G Chronicles on the recorded, pre-recorded, barely edited. Dumb soy. Peace. Later, guys.